Alrighty, well, seeing as a floor layer I'm at home at the moment, I figured that I would turn my skill set to turning this lot into this. Okay, so I am going to make the most easiest dessert you can make. I'm going to make a banoffee pie, but I'm going to make it with an Oreo base, so I'm going to call it a banoffieO pie. Anyways, I'm going to make this thing. The way you want to do it, first of all, you want to break up some biscuits for a base. So, going to use some Oreo to do that. You're going to need some butter to make sure all that stuff stays nice and stuck together. Toffee, banoffee, caramelly typey stuff. And some bananas for that. Banoffee. Shut up, cat. Or you're going in the pie too. We'll call it catoffee pie. We'll do some interesting stuff with the chocolate bars instead. So shut up, cat. Right. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we want to break up some biscuits. So that's the first thing. I don't think these are strong enough to break them up inside their packaging. Should we have a look see if they will?
They will fall out.
I'll make this work, don't worry. It's working. Now normally you'd use something like a rolling pin, so I'm going to use a hammer. The question is how many do we break up? Oh, quite nice, guys. I thought these packages were pretty good, but I'm starting to not think they are. But put it in a bag like this. This seems to be a better way of doing it. If you don't have a zip bag, get a Tesco carrier bag. Break up the biscuits till they're broken. This is a mess, man. There's like a plant in that. Oh look, I can plant an Oreo tree in this wonderful plantable Oreo soil. Mm. It's not a very good bag, is it? Okay, so we got some biscuit basey stuff now. I'm gonna use an old pot, pan, whatever you want to call it. So what we need to do is we need to melt some butter to get all this stuff to bind together and stick together well. Oh man, I am covered in flipping Oreo. Right, get your spatula. I'm using my flooring bolster. That looks like about the right amount. I'll put some more in, see what happens. It'll be fine. Alright, I think that might be enough. Being a floor layer, I've got to do carpet joins. And for that, I use a really hot iron, a heat seeming iron. So, we'll use this. Don't try this at home, kids, because you probably haven't got a heat seeming iron at home to try it with. So, okay, this is getting pretty warm, so let's give this a try. If you're going to do this, you might want to do it with a pot you're not going to need anymore. Any floor layer will know this, you know, when you get your heat seeming iron out, it tends to smoke. There we go. See, now it's starting to work. I think I might need to. Can we open the door? Because we need some airflow here with the smoke. Yeah. Anyways, this is going really well. See, the butter is actually melting perfectly. That's a lot of butter to try and melt, isn't it? And then we need to mix up this stuff with that. How am I going to mix it? I'll use my spatula. It'll be fine. My bolster. I'll use my bolster to do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to pour the biscuit base into here, and then the butter will mix with all the biscuit base, and then we need to let that cool down so it goes hard. And don't do what I did last time, which is to put it in a freezer, because then it goes rock hard and it goes bad. It doesn't go bad, it just goes wrong. It's not easy to cut. You end up having to use a chisel and a hammer for trying to break. Well, we have that, so we'll be all right. It'll be great. It'll be fine. Really well. Look at this. Look at this. Look, look. This is beautiful. See? Who says you can't cook with tools, huh? I've got to be honest. Wasn't sure if this was going to work. I'm really, really, really pleased with this. How are we doing with the bottom? It's getting some glue on the bottom of it, but hey. I feel like I should have a beer or something. I do, you build me a buttercup, baby. And let's get this in here. Ooh. I have no idea if this is gonna work. There's some pretty big chunks in that. In it goes. All that biscuity Oreo goodness. So you want to mix it all in nicely. Get that butter mixed all round. Give that biscuity goodness a decent stabby as well. Now, when you've mixed it up and you've mixed up all the buttery biscuit base, what you want to do then is find yourself a decent receptacle to put this in so we can put it in the fridge. I couldn't get a big size one of these paint thingies because lockdown. But I did manage to get this. So this is a decent size. So you know, it's one of these. It's one of these like little miniature ones for precision painting. And you put it in. Let's push it down. Look, if you haven't got a receptacle that's big enough, find something in the kitchen. Pat it all down. It's not too terrible, is it? Eh? See? It's not that bad. Now, what we've got here is we've got our Oreo biscuit base. I'm really surprised that went as well as it did. I've got to be honest, I am quite pleased with that. Oreo. Okay, I'm going to chuck this in the fridge and let this cool down for just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to come on to the next bit now, which is we're going to mix up. What's wrong? We're going to mix up some cream now. What you want to do is you want to get yourself a receptacle to put them in and something to mix them up with. I don't own a whisk, personally, so I've only got an average garden variety whisk. The type, mine, you know, you can get yours in most, you know, maybe even IKEA, maybe some most kitchen places. I got mine in Screwfix, and I got myself a decent bowl to mix up with as well. So, what we're going to do, we're going to mix up the cream a little bit, but not too much, because if you do it too much, apparently it goes really, really thick and then becomes a major problem. So, although I'm not sure what kind of a problem that causes. Why is that a problem?
Butter.
Sorry?
Doesn't it turn into butter?
Oh, really? Oh, why didn't we do that in the first place? We just like made our own butter. That would have been even better. Better butter. Woo, anyways.
By the way, we got a whisk for our wedding present almost 6 years ago now. So he does have one. He just refuses to use it.
Right, okay, so you get your whisk ready, and I got a pre-washed bucket, so here we go. So you get your double cream. Man, that's thick. So get your cream into your bucket thing. Man, this is really thick. Cool, flipping. There we go. Man, this gets everywhere, doesn't it? This is what happens when you do baking. You get like covered in the stuff. Oh man. Is there anything to wipe my hands with? Oh, dripping cream everywhere now. That's good. Right. Now you get your whisk. Put it on level 1 first, because if you put it on level 2, it's going to go everywhere. You start off with a small amount. Oh, that is boring. Let's just go for 2. There we go. Man, who would want to do this by hand, honestly? Mix up that cream good. See, look at that. That's whipped up, that is. That's whipped up a treat. Get all off the edges. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, right, so having whipped up the old cream into a frenzy, go and get the Oreo biscuit base. Okay, so you remember when I said don't put it in a freezer because it goes hard too quick? I did that, but that's because I needed it to go hard quick. As in, I think you know what I mean. Get your cream. And
when did you put your caramel on?
Okay, my wife brought to my attention, totally right, the caramel's supposed to go on first. Completely forgot about that. Let's just get the cream off of there for a minute. Don't wait. Go. Stay down. Oh man, I'm getting covered again. I'm gonna clean up. We're gonna get the toffee, the caramel, whatever you want to call it. And we're gonna splodge this all over the place. I forget you're meant to do anything with this. I don't think you are. Meant to heat it up or anything? Do not boil. Unopened can. Once open refrigerator. No, use it straight away. Yeah, use it straight away. Cool, okay. So, now with this, my big spatula thing's too big to fit in the tin. So I've got a smaller one that should do the job. This has been cleaned. It might look rusty, it's clean rust. And then you just spread the toffee caramel stuff over the cake, whatever pie thing that you're making. This is working all right, isn't it? Huh? Nearly forgot this section, but hey, we're good now. Spread it out all over the biscuit base. Man, it'd have been awful if I'd forgot this section and put the cream on. I'd been like, what am I doing now? Disaster. Disaster averted. Look at that, see? That's pretty groovy. That works. Doesn't it? Keep calling it toffee. Is it toffee? Is it caramel? Who knows? It's something that's brown and sweet and good for you in taste-wise, but probably not good for your arteries. Why is it all the sugary goodness stuff is always the stuff that kills you? No, I prefer sort of savoury stuff like cheese. But cheese kills you. It does. You ever seen it when it falls out of the sky and hits you in the head? It kills you. Ask anyone it's happened to. They'll tell you. It kills you. What next? Now it's time for the bananas. Here's an interesting fact about bananas. They're yellow. That's awful. Okay, so actually a lot of people break this section off and no, that's not the way you do it. Basically you get a banana, you get the end of it like that and you pull it apart. That's how you do banana. That's how monkeys do it, see? And smart people too, not just monkeys. Right, so we've got bananas now. We want to chop these bad boys up, so I got myself a decent pair of gripper cutters for this job because I have no idea if it's going to work. Let's have a look, see. Look at that. Get off. There we go. See? It works. Choppy, choppy. Chop, 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 chop. These are absolutely brilliant for cutting up bananas, cutting up gripper, and cutting your neighbour's fingers off when they don't return your drill. That last part was a joke. Or was it? Banana. Just so you know, I know that I'm using much more professional equipment than many of you guys would have. If you want, just leave a comment in the description below, and I will send links for where to find these wonderful tools. I mean, there's a great rolling pin right there. It's great spatula. I mean, this makes a brilliant spoon. And then there's my banana cutters. Back to the cream. Look at this. Come on, tell me there's a better tool out there for doing this than what I'm using right now, huh? Look at that. It's like a plasterer's paradise. I've pretty much overdone it with the cream. I think that will do. That will definitely do. Now, some may argue this tray is not big enough. I'd say no! This tray is perfectly fine. Do not diss the mini paint tray. It makes a perfect banoffee pie holder.
I think you should have used the roller.
What was that?
Beautiful.
So, another one I missed. Get a roller. Because that absolutely makes a difference. Look at how wonderful and smooth that is, huh? What a beaut. Or if you want to go with a more cakey effect, you can use one of the other roller types, which will give it more of a Artexy finish. What am I doing now? Chocolate! Right. Give me a sec to clean up. Once again, I need to just clean. The chocolate chips. Now, I know this can be difficult sometimes. You could go out and buy some chocolate chips. That would get the problem dealt with, no problem. However, if you can't find any chocolate chips, this is still hot. No, I don't want to put that anywhere except on the floor. Here is you don't want the cat eating it, do you? That's why you did that.
No, I don't want marks on the floor.
Anyways, so what we're going to do, if we can't have chocolate chips, we're going to make some chocolate chips. Now, I know everyone has such a hard time breaking this stuff up. I know it's really difficult because, you know, at the end of the day, it is Cadbury's chocolate, not some cheap American version. Ooh. Or some cheap Norwegian version. No. It's usually
Ooh. It's not cheap.
Expensive Norwegian crap. The looks I'm getting could kill me. Just to make the job easier, we're going to chop these bits of chocolate up, and the best, easiest way to do this is with a decent piece of kit. Right. Anyways, the problem is that quite often breaking up chocolate, as I know, can be difficult. It can be quite tough, especially if you've left it in the fridge and things like that. So this is just to show you a nice, easy way of being able to deal with the chocolate if it goes really hard. All this are chocolate chips, eh? Now get yourself your own sort of, oh, that didn't work very well, did it? There's a lot of sawdust in this thing. This is the best thing you can do to get grandma, because grandma might have a problem trying to break that chocolate, we know that. So if grandma's got an issue with that, these you can get these from Amazon direct. You can get a pretty good price. They don't just do chocolate, they can do wood and sometimes some plastics. I find it's most useful for this sort of thing. So here we go. So just chop some up. Right, now, obviously, when this is done, you are left with really, really nice clean cut pieces of chocolate, just like this, which are absolutely perfect now for just chopping up nicely with our banana cutter. Because it's smaller, it's much easier to work with. And now we've got basically wonderful chocolate chips on top of our banoffee pie. And there we go, we got ourselves a nice banoffieO pie, which consists of Oreo biscuits as the biscuit base, some toffee caramel that we put down as the next layer, and we whip up some cream, and we got ourselves some nice chocolate chunks as the chocolate chips. So there we go, pretty good, I think. I'm gonna dig into that myself in just a second, I think. There we go. There it is. banoffee pie.
We're eating dinner in 2 hours.
Well, we've got dessert now. Mm. Oh. Good.